I will explain the facial nerve and how we can differentiate whether this was facial nerve palsy results from upper motor neuron lesion or lower motor neuron lesion. So here, this is the pons and this is the medulla, okay? Here there are four nucleus of the facial nerve. This neuron is for the motor and these the lower three neurons for sensory. We will talk about this nucleus which supplies the facial expression of the face. The upper portion of this nucleus supplies the upper portion of the face, while the lower portion of this nucleus supplies the lower portion of the face. Okay? The upper portion of this nucleus receives the motor cortex information from ipsilateral from the same side by a tract called corticobulbar tract, and also receive from the opposite side, from the contralateral side, motor cortex. Okay, this is about the upper portion of the motor nucleus of the facial nerve, while the lower portion of this nucleus will receive from contralateral side also. Okay, so as we said, this will innervate the upper motor, will innervate the upper part of the face, while the lower motor will innervate the lower part of the face. Okay, so now we have to determine where is the lesion. Is it in the upper motor or in the lower motor? So we will divide the face with imaginary line into two halves. And also for the same side, we have a nucleus here and the sensory. Also, this nucleus, the upper motor nucleus, will receive from contralateral and from ipsilateral, while the lower motor will receive only contralateral. Okay? And also the upper motor will supply the upper portion, while the lower motor will supply the lower portion. Okay, so if there is a lesion in the upper motor, what will happen? We have two types of facial nerve palsy. The first type is only the paralysis of the lower quadrant of the face, and the second type, the whole half of the face. So the lesion was here in the upper motor neuron. What will happen? Here the nucleus is supplied from contralateral and ipsilateral. Okay, so the upper portion of the face will not be affected, while the lower part has only one supply from the contralateral side. So the cut is here, there is no other supplement here, so the lower part will be affected. So this, the lower part will be affected if the lesion was here. So we have to know that if the lesion was on the upper motor neuron fibers, the facial palsy will be on the contralateral side. Here also the upper motor neuron, if it was here, this nucleus is supplied from this side and from this side, so this side will not be affected. It will send for the contralateral upper quadrant of the face. This side, the upper portion, will not be affected, while this nucleus supplied by this side and doesn't supply by this side, so this will be affected. The lesion will be here also. So we conclude that there is, if there was upper motor neuron lesion, the facial palsy, will be in the contralateral side of the face, okay? In the contralateral lower quadrant of the face. While if the lesion was here in the lower motor neuron, the facial palsy will be in the whole half of the face, because as we notice here, the nucleus, upper and lower, from both sides, there is no innervation from another side. The whole fibers were cutting, okay? So there will be facial palsy on the whole face, and also it will be ipsilateral to the nucleus location, because the cutting was after decussation of the nerve, okay? If the lesion was here in the lower motor neuron, also this nerve is cutting here, and there is no other supplement from any half, so the whole half will be affected, lower and upper motor neuron, okay? So we conclude that upper motor neuron lesion results in facial palsy on the contralateral lower quadrant, while the lower motor neuron lesion leads to facial palsy on the same side and for the whole half, because the lesion, as we said, was after decussation and there is no corticobulbar that saved these fibers, okay? Thank you.